Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Hope this reading finds you happy and healthy and enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. All right, the overall energy of this reading is the Seven of Wands in reverse. You don't have the higher ground. Someone doesn't have the higher ground here. Someone can't protect their actions. This is indefensible behavior. All right, so someone does not have the higher ground. Someone's actions are indefensible. Who's in this energy? What do we need to know about this? Okay. Someone's actions are indefensible, inexcusable. They don't have the higher ground here. It looks like they've unmasked themselves. This is someone who has flipped the script, has flipped the narrative. They're not in a defensible position. They can't defend this, and yet they are. They're trying. It feels like they might be coming at you from the lower position. Any tactical war tactics, that's where this comes from. When you have the higher ground, you are in a significantly better position. You can defend your position when you've got the higher ground. And so what I'm getting here, it feels very tactical. And we're discussing in this reading someone who does not have the higher ground, but it feels like they're still trying to defend this lower position. It feels by switching the narrative, unmasking themselves. It feels like they are showing that they're not for you. They're showing exactly that they're bringing a fight to you, but they don't have the upper ground. Their position is indefensible. Feels like they might be trying to change the narrative, switching the narrative and putting the focus on you. So this feels like DARVO. This is someone who is switching the story of what really happened and switching places, making the story that it's that they're switching places, victim and offender. So they're trying to change the story that you were at fault, that you're to blame, that it's all on you, and trying to burden you with this strategy. They don't have the higher ground here. It feels like this tactic is shocking, but it doesn't even feel like they have the receipts. It feels like you have the higher ground, that you have the receipts that demonstrate this, that they're switching the narrative and trying to switch. It feels like you might have been victimized and this person is switching the story and now you are to blame. And there's a financial component to this, another part of this message. Feels like this person is taking advantage of your kindness, your generosity of spirit, and they feel like they can get away with this tactic, that you'll fold. Feels like this is an excuse to maybe take your money or not give money back. There's some type of financial component that whoever this is, by their switching the story and making it that you are to blame, which feels like a complete refabrication of the truth, that somehow that finances are involved, because it feels like this person, they're having some type of financial hardship, or there's a financial component. Maybe they're out of work, an instability financially. And so this story, this retelling of the story, gives them justification to steal your money. 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands in reverse. This person is lying, cheating, stealing. It's not in the public eye with all the information. It doesn't stand. Feels like this person also switched into this DARVO tactic to get you to act unhinged, so their story might make sense. So out of your confusion and upset of this switch of tactics, maybe you would, it feels like they're trying to create a narrative here, a story, and part of that was to completely switch the narrative, to disrupt you, to make it seem plausible that their narrative was true, for you to act unhinged in some type of way. But it looks like you were tactical, saying less, allowing this person to tell on themselves. It kind of feels like, and also maybe taking time to process, because the strategy is upsetting and confusing. That's why people use it so much, this DARVO tactic. Deny accountability, reverse victim and offender. This person just completely 180 on the narrative, which is shocking and confusing and upsetting. Even though it seems like you have the stability here and the proof, but this person is acting from a position where they just refuse to take accountability. There's a financial loss to this. It looks like you've taken some time to figure out what's going on here. Like, it's so confusing, this strategy, and that's why people use it, DARVO. It's upsetting, it's confusing when you're in the midst of it. So it feels like you had to stop communicating, stop being around this person, take some time on your own to analyze, to integrate, to figure out, because it feels so confusing when you were in a kind of elevated, expanded emotional state. Maybe fight or flight, because someone's bringing a fight to you. Feels like they were trying to take advantage of the shift in the narrative and how confusing that is. and maybe for bonus, getting you to act in some out of control way to assert that their narrative is true. Try to take advantage of their confusion that they were, and lies that they were creating, to try to recreate the narrative in a way that makes them look good, makes them justified for taking your money, taking what's yours. All right, it looks like you have a lot of options here going forward. I think you are also going forward. This is, if you allow it, this situation, this experience is giving you eye-opening realization to choose friendships, choose relationships, choose wiser, maybe going forward. Maybe there's some type of unexpected, you didn't expect this on your bingo card. This feels shocking and disruptive and confusing, and that's exactly what it was meant to do. Create a lot of shock and confusing away from what really happened, and how this person lost money, can't accept responsibility, did poor choice making. And instead, they're deflecting everything to a whole different story, a whole different narrative, hoping to get you arguing and trying to defend this so you stop focusing on what the original issue is, whatever they're refusing to take blame. So it really does, and it does when you feel attacked, when someone switches the story on you. And suddenly there's you feel very unprotected by this. It is very confusing. And you probably don't make the best decisions from that fight or flight. And it feels like they were banking on that. In what's hidden is more of this Six of Wands reverse, the second time the Six of Wands reverse has shown up. A lack of public success, this person was trying to get you to act out of character. So their story, by switching the story so suddenly and confusing you and getting you upset, that you would act out of character and therefore validate their story. They could be like, see, it looks like this experience is going to help you be more aware of DARVO tactics. It looks like you've learned something was up, something is not right here, and I'm going to take care of me and get me into a safe space, grounded, safe, secure, before I even re-examine this, because it's that inflammatory and that confusing and upsetting. So it feels like what I'm reading here is being very wise, recognizing there's something going on that you can't quite get to what's happening because you're so upset. And so there's a need to take care of yourself and find your alignment. It might take days, it might take weeks to find that alignment and be okay before you can look at this situation, and then recognize more clearly without your emotions and defense mechanisms and upset getting in the way, so you can see this clearly. All right, anything else that the viewer needs to know about what's hidden? What are important messages that the viewer would benefit from? Magician, Ace of Wands, reverse. There's a need to take out the fire, to not add kerosene to this fire. Okay. So one way to not add kerosene to the fire is to wait until you are at a better space, a better headspace where you can perceive what's really going on without your emotions getting in the way. So you could really see. It feels like you don't want to add more fuel to this fire. Oh, Ace of Swords. I also, you're not wanting to act from an expanded emotional space. That's not going to help this situation. There's a need to invite in the truth. Speak your truth. Truth will set you free. All right. It looks like there's been a pattern of fear around speaking your truth. That this might be a pattern in your experience, this DARVO tactic. Someone switching the story on you, making you feel crazy, making you feel out of control, that invalidating your reality and your perception, trying to get you act from your emotions, taking your money, taking your stability and security. This person might have not only impacted your finances, but might have tried to impact your physical well-being, make it difficult for you to feel safe and secure as a part of a strategy to get you feeling insecure and unstable and to act from that space. There's something here about a broken contract. And someone who cannot stand the truth, cannot stand to be judged, and they go into an extreme defensive mode. DARVO. Deny, accuse, defender, victim, and offender. It's a switching. It's a retelling of the story. And this person just cannot have a negative reflection. They can't perceive the truth, the reality of the situation. They're repeating cycles. This is a repeating cycle of theirs. Feels like this might also be a lesson for you. Recognizing when people employ this strategy and how confusing it is, how upsetting and confusing. And there's a tactical aspect here. Say less when you're feeling in an expanded state, when you're feeling defensive. Take care of you, take care of your spirit, take care of your body. This feels like a lot of adrenal glands firing, a lot of fight or flight, feeling shaky, anxious when this strategy is employed. And it's terrifying because it's purposefully created in that way to go after wherever you are feeling insecure. And it looks like they're going after your base chakra, your finances, your stability, your security, your home. And it looks like you're recognizing not to work with people, to take care of yourself. That when you're in an expanded state, you're not thinking clearly. You're unable to perceive the totality of what's going on. So they're taking advantage of that expanded energy, uncomfortable, your emotions. And so, but if you don't engage, if you recognize something isn't correct here, I'm going to put a pin in this until I can sort me out and make sure I'm safe, I'm stable, I'm secure, to not put any more fire, no more kerosene on this fire, pulling your energy away from it, taking care of you. It looks like until there's a time where maybe you are interested in telling the truth from a vantage point where you are grounded, where you're no longer, this isn't causing so much confusion and fear, but you can see what happened in a very clear way. You can see the broken contract. You can see the woundedness that this person is trying to blame you for. You can see this strategy. Just, it feels like this person is stuck in this way of dealing with things. Repeating patterns. It feels like they've repeated this pattern so much that that's just a part of their personality. That's who they are. All right. As the advice and outcome, we have 8 of Wands in reverse. Again, it feels like, oh, that's so interesting. The 3-card spread, present energy, 7 of Wands reverse. What's hidden, 6 of Wands reverse. Outcome and advice, 8 of Wands reverse. Every message here is less fire. Don't act on your out of control passions, your anger, your vengeance, your revenge, and even this person is trying to invite you into this very out of control space. And the messages here are, don't engage. This is what they're wanting. They're baiting you. So their narrative becomes true. Unless you pull your energy away and realize that this I'm not going to act out of character and act as you are trying to narrate the story. There's something here about wisdom, of recognizing when you're not in a state of being, 7 of Wands upright, when you might have the higher ground, but it's not time to act on this. It feels like you have the higher ground in this, but you're only going to get the benefit of being in the higher ground if you act from a grounded space, from truth, not trying to act. It feels like this person brings this to you and it's so upsetting, this DARVO, this switching. Now you're the problem and just recognizing, all right, this is confusing. I can't perceive what's happening through my nervous system deregulation. So I need to take care of myself, separate from this person, people, situation, until I can find my regulation. That's how I show that I love myself. I'm not going to give from an empty cup. I want to find my alignment, and then, even if it takes days, weeks to find that alignment, I'm not going to address this until I'm ready to perceive the truth of it and see the tactics, see the yes, and then more wands in reverse. 9 of Wands reverse, 3 of Wands reverse, Strength card. It feels like you're maturing. You're not giving in. You're not going to defend something. Wherever they're trying to pull your attention and make you to blame, not even arguing that. They're trying to pull the focus and get you in a defensive mode and address this. And that isn't what the issue is. The issue is whatever this initial issue, this initial aspect when this person switched and created DARVO response. They're trying to get you to exhaust your defenses by pulling the focus and blaming you. But whatever this original thing is, ignore where they're trying to get you to defend yourself and go back to what this original thing is. This has a real opportunity to give you inner strength. It feels like you might have had this type of patterning coming up in your life that's been very confusing, making you feel victimized, trying to get some type of reaction out of you to get you to act out of character, and maybe in the past it did work. And if it seems like it's not working right now. It seems like you're ready to perceive this. There's an inner strength that you really are bringing in. Your willingness to speak your truth from a grounded space and speak the truth of this situation once you found that inner strength. Not acting from passions and upset, but being tactical about this. It seems like it helps you create a lot of inner confidence. It looks like it's helping you understand a lot of hurtful experiences in the past, in past relationships that were very painful, where someone would enact these type of strategies like DARVO to confuse you and get you off track and make you think that you're the problem. Wow. All right, that's your reading. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye.